Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful framework for leadership that was born from one single crucial question. And you know what? The ideas here feel more relevant today than ever before.
So this was the central challenge. Back in 2013, a group of public health leaders got together in Stockholm to try and figure out what leadership really means in this new era. They weren't looking for quick fixes. Nope. They were wrestling with the fact that for the biggest, thorniest problems, there are just no simple black and white solutions.
The big realization right at the start was that the old ways of leading, that top-down, command and control style, they just weren't cutting it anymore. The world's become way too connected, the challenges are global, and leadership itself just had to evolve to keep up.
What I love about this quote from the workshop facilitator is the urgency in it. It's not just a suggestion, right? It says leaders are being called upon to make a change. This isn't about just tweaking the old model a little bit. It's about adopting a whole new way of thinking.
Okay, so to get right to the heart of it, the session kicked off by just opening the floor. The leaders were asked, what are the tough, honest questions you are struggling with every single day? And wow, what they said was incredibly revealing.
I mean, right away, you can just feel the tension in that question, can't you? It points to this massive disconnect between their mission, what they were trying to do for public health, and the political world they had to operate in. It's all about communication, influence, and just trying to find some common ground.
And here's another big one. This was a huge theme. You've got all these specialists, all these different departments. How in the world do you get them all rowing in the same direction? How do you make everyone feel like they have skin in the game for a shared goal?
And then there's this one. This one hits deep. Because underneath all the strategy and all the tactics, there was this really fundamental doubt, this profound question about their own impact. Were they actually making a difference? So, with all these huge challenges on the table, what was the answer?
Well, the workshop came back with a super clear, practical framework for how to take action. You can think of this as the outer game of leadership, all the tangible, concrete things a leader actually has to do.
And this lays it out perfectly. It's a really logical flow, right? First, you have to get everyone to buy into a shared vision. Then, you take that big vision and break it down into concrete goals and an actual plan. And then step 3, well, that's the hard part. It's the nonstop work of executing, keeping people motivated, and clearing roadblocks out of the way. Now, the secret sauce to making that second step really work is the discipline of creating SMART goals. And look, this isn't just some business jargon, it's a really powerful way to think. It forces you to be crystal clear and make sure that everyone, from the very top to the front lines, is aiming for the exact same well-defined target.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The workshop showed that this whole practical toolkit, it's only half the story. The most important factor wasn't just what a leader does, but how they show up while they're doing it. And this is the inner game of leadership.
This distinction right here is the core insight of the whole thing. The outer game, that's the science. It's the process, the plan. But the inner game, that's the art. It's your presence, your energy. It's the culture you create just by your own state of being. And the argument was that this inner game is actually the more important one.
So why is it so important? Well, it comes down to something in our brains called mirror neurons. Basically, scientists believe these are the bits that help us unconsciously copy the behavior of people around us. So in any team, whether you like it or not, the team reflects its leader. Your attitude literally becomes their attitude.
And that means your emotional state, whether you're calm and optimistic or totally frustrated and anxious, is literally contagious. You set the weather for the whole team. If you're stressed out, that stress just ripples through the entire group and it directly hits everyone's performance and creativity.
And if you're not totally sold on that, get this. It's said that a staggering 93% of our communication is nonverbal. Your team isn't just listening to the words you say on a Zoom call. They're reading your tone, your posture, your whole vibe. They are reading your state of being.
So all of this leads us to what the workshop called the most advanced leadership skill there is, the ability to lead through duality. This is all about moving beyond that simple right versus wrong way of thinking and learning to embrace complexity.
And listen to how one of the attendees put it, it's just perfect. Real leadership isn't about picking a side in an argument. It's about having the capacity to see that multiple, even opposite ideas can both be true at the same time.
And this slide really breaks down the difference. Instead of getting bogged down in conflict, forcing everyone to choose a side, this higher level of leadership creates a space where different ideas can coexist. You're not creating winners and losers, you're finding more creative, more inclusive solutions that actually move everyone forward together.
But let's be really clear here. This is not some simple technique you can learn in an afternoon class. It's a developed capacity. It's an art form, really, that takes years of practice to be able to handle all that ambiguity without just defaulting to the easy but wrong answers.
And so the workshop left everyone with this final, really powerful question. It's a reminder that truly effective leadership isn't just about solving today's problems with your inner and outer game. It's about developing the next generation of leaders who can navigate the complexities that we can't even imagine yet. And really, that might just be the most important job of all.